Let's get honest. Unfortunately, the church in America is failing. We're losing all of our cultural and political influence. Many of our church leaders are absolute frauds working for a paycheck.
You put something up here. Woo! Put this anointing on it. I'll put this anointing on it.
We're the useful idiots that will get behind any pseudo-Christian movement as long as our church leaders tell us to.
Israel, their people, the Jews, are better than all of us. They're better than all of us. And you need to accept that.
But then we let all of our churches nationwide get shut down for COVID? That's just weak.
Until a bolt of lightning hit the sanctuary. When the smoke cleared, Satan himself was standing behind the podium.
Christianity's been neutered for the most part. We went from being the most badass, impactful force in all of human history, and now we're reduced to a community club for pacifists.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend.
Where you watch your motivational speaker, sip your free coffee, while your country and institutions are being invaded right in front of you. This new wave of pro-Israel, MAGA evangelicals are a whole rabbit hole in themselves. But for the sake of this video, we're going to refer to them as Churchians. The Churchians have taken over. You can find them at every single church, and they have a certain look that you can't mistake.
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is my nigga.
They make this insulated environment where no other ideas can challenge them. The church, for the most part, is nothing more than a voter base for Republicans. Nothing more than an easily influenceable tool that won't cause too much trouble, won't ask too many questions, as long as it's packaged in a Christian package.
Will President Trump, from what God is showing you, win his second term?
Yes, it is for sure, Sid, that God wants President Trump in.
God has already sealed the results of this election. He has sealed it in heaven.
Did you know that evangelicals send $65 million to Israel every year? Have you ever wondered why? You think they're using that money to build churches? Even asking if we should be supporting Israel in their war crimes is treated like a heresy. We're the useful idiots that will get behind any pseudo-Christian movement as long as our church leaders tell us to. But then we let all of our churches nationwide get shut down for COVID? That's just weak.
The coronavirus has changed the way that we are doing ministry.
Our Christian leaders should have been the one to see through the whole power grab that COVID was. Instead, they acted like the extension of the government. I wonder if the fact that majority of Christian churches are under 501c3 tax status has anything to do with them being so influenceable. Look into it. And meanwhile, Churchians are always calling for revival. And by revival, what they mean is they want to be temporarily moved by a worship group or speaker. They basically want another dopamine hit disguised as a spiritual experience, so it makes church exciting for another few months. Which is actually crazy because we don't need any more excitement. We're failing as it is. Revival happens when the new generation is so done and sick and tired of the theatrics and the bullshit of the church, and they actually want to get back to the word. We're done with all of the church culture. We're done being ineffectual and following traditions of men. And although I believe that they're completely useless, I believe that Gen Z's bullshit detector is so on point that they're gonna be the ones leading the charge. But other than that, they're useless. All jokes aside, there's a reason that Islam is outpacing Christianity by a long shot. It's the same reason that Christians are leaving the church and becoming atheists. Of course, the common explanation that we get is that we live in end times or something like that. What if it's because the church has been watered down so much that it's almost impossible to find a shred of authenticity? Islam has very well-defined parameters and they don't water down their message, which may be a good tactic to use to attract people during good times, but when shit hits the fan, people want something real, not a feel-good message. Sometimes we need to feel bad to change. Jesus is king, Christianity is the truth, and way more powerful than any other movement or religion in all of history. it's inevitable that in the end, Christianity will reign. But a lot of that responsibility falls on our shoulders, and we can't just be passive anymore. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and as always, much love, God bless, and I'll see you next time on Dima Talks.